What's going on? What's going on? My daughter says what's going on as well. Just another morning. Brutus here, bringing you another attack strategy video. Building upon the last one that was made, the Town Hall 9 DragLalo attack. I just talked through it before. I used Mike as this content, or Maic. So I didn't actually draw it up, and I didn't, I think it's due a draw up. So here's from our latest war versus Reddit Omega. I have two examples here. One that doesn't go quite according to plan, and one that went pretty well. So first things first. What the concept you're looking for is you're using your royals to take away one air defense. You're using your dragons to take care of the queen and CC, especially like that. Let's make a little bit better line so you guys can see it pop out. So you're using your dragons to take care of the royals and CC, and then you're using your hound, one max hound. It doesn't have to be a max haste, but it helps. Max hound, max haste for your CC, and about, I would say, 6 loons minimum for the back end Lalo. And everything, the rest that you have is for funneling, which usually leaves you about 15 or so troop space. All right. So what you look for on a base for that, and why this is so successful, is bases meta changing, right? You got them hard selling a defense of making it really anti-Lalo. So we see air defenses pushed away from the core. They used to be more towards the core, and so now you got this big gap. Got this big gap of where air defenses, the line comes like this, the line comes like that, as far as where the air defenses are. So dragons become an option again. And then don't forget, everyone talks about the hog buff and the loon buff. P.E.K.K.A.s and dragons got a buff too. They attack faster. So that also helps this attack. One of the worst enemies of this attack is your funnel. You gotta know how to funnel your dragons. And time. So nowadays it's not uncommon for troll Teslas to happen. So usually you'll commonly see people bring a barbarian. It's worth 1 troop space to drop a barbarian over here on the far right and down here on the bottom, and over here at the corner. If this wasn't a hut and it was just an empty space, it is worth it to immediately drop 1 troop space barbarian. See if there's a Tesla there, because then you can decide where to place your loons. On a fresh hit, I like to bring 8 loons on a fresh hit and 8 dragons, and a baby dragon for a funnel, and maybe a wizard, and maybe a minion or 2 archers, or maybe goblins for cleanup. It's that thin. Don't forget, your dragons are cleaning up the base as they push down. It's not like a Lalo where they have to circle back to get trash, or you got to control your hound pop to make sure the pups get the trash. The reason why you want those Teslas to pop up, that's immediately where you're going to drop a 1-for-1 trade of your loon. It saves you time in the long run to get that 3. So with that said, other things you're looking for is what air defenses can your royals get. This one is hanging out right to the left, and so this one is just out of range. So my royals are going to get this one. The other thing that you look for is the sweeper is kind of blowing like that and like this. So this allows me to send my dragons straight down the gut like that. My funnel is going to be right here. Whoop. And right here. This is where my funnel for my dragons will be. So sweepers don't really matter. Point defense do, though. This air defense will be gone by the time the dragons get down there. So I got a point defense here to worry about and a point defense here to worry about. The rest are down here. That's the next part as far as air defenses are. It works really, really well with, you'll see this design of where we have shallow air defenses really right by each other. This is also key to this attack strategy of what you kind of look for. So, you know, if you're looking at a Town Hall 9 base and all the air defenses are on one side, this could be a viable strategy. Or, you know, you got two couples of air defenses on one corner and then the other corner. That's all, and one of the royals can reach that with the queen. That's also another example of what you want to try to look for to exploit on this, and we'll see another example with that. So the reason why you want these coupled air defenses like this, and it's quite common now, is you can send your hound, your back-end Lalo, like this, and it'll distract both of them. Now, you have a max hound, so even if it's trapped, it's enough time, plus the pups, all the extra pups that go up in the air, give your loons just enough time, plus it's super shallow. You can send some loons like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now remember, I said 8, and that was because if there was a Tesla pop at the corners, that's where the loons come into play. But putting that there, that definitely is going to win the battle. And then for the sake of time, you kind of want to put your haste like that. And they'll take care of all of this. Usually by then, you want to time it in a way that you do it, this air defense goes down just before the dragons get into range at this line. And if you time it correctly, you have a wave of dragons coming straight down. We'll get to that in just a moment. And you got your Lalo, leftover loons, coming this way. And you basically just overwhelm the base. So that we have accounted for 3 air defenses. Let's talk about the last 4th one. Ideally, you want to try to look for the skeleton Lalo trick anywhere. I mean, if this mortar was not here and this queen was not overlapping, because Larry's will stop this, the queen will jump this wall and they'll try to aggro her. But if the air defense, the 4th air defense is skeleton, 3 skeleton spells able to do that, bring a max skeleton in your CC and bring a level 2 haste for your back end loon. But commonly, or there's other options where you can also bring some wall breakers to break open a wall and have your royals get 2 defenses. But usually there's a 4th air defense that's very oddly placed, and that's this guy right here. We're going to zap quake this bad boy out of the picture. So with that being said, and those are the things that you look for, let's talk specifically how I did this. So the first thing to do is I need to zap quake this one, and my troop combination is 2 spell and troops. I'm bringing 2 zaps, 1 quake to take care of this guy. I have a haste for the back end for my back end Lalo, and I got a rage and heal for my dragon, and I'll talk through how to utilize those and why you want to utilize them in such a way. So this is where this archer tower here, the line ends just about here. And so I'm going to put a wizard, 1 single wizard, to take care of this, and that is my funnel. As long as this goes down, that's my funnel. Remember, this air defense is going down, so I had a backup plan if there was a Tesla pop right here, that my baby dragon would go down, and that would force my funnel. I have a barbarian. Actually, I don't. I bring 2 minions. Not on this one. Just because there was a hut down. I figured if my dragons are ending down here, it doesn't matter if there's a Tesla down there. And my dragons are starting up here. So it doesn't matter if there's a Tesla over here. It does matter if there's a Tesla on the far right. And I accomplished that, I think, with the barbarian. If not, I'm going to drag one of my loons. I think I just put a barbarian down to fish out a Tesla over there. So back to the funnel. The funnel's down here. I have a couple of minions to take away this bad boy. Once that goes down, this is for my royals to make sure that they push inward. I don't want the royals to circle the base like that and miss the air defense altogether. That might happen. So if a minion takes down this for a funnel, then that. If there's no SAMs or red bombs or something like that, I have a baby dragon to also force this funnel. And it's good. This air defense comes just like that. So I knew my funnel for my baby dragon is going to get all of this stuff. So I have a nice little channel for my royals. And that is where my BK goes, working on this from this direction. He'll take that down, and then he'll start working this way. I got my queen hanging back just a little bit here, and the only reason why I can drop her so high is my funnel's already formed right here. I want her to get this hut and then work this way, and they're going to get this air defense. So royals are getting this, and now it's Lalo time. One of the best advice to have for you is don't watch your royals because of time. Your dragons need a while to take down the funnel. So start your dragon early. And start your dragon early. And this is a really high hit point. So it's good to put down 2, not right on top of each other. Because if there's a baby dragon that comes out of this CC, the splash of that baby dragon will wreck 2 dragons as opposed to that are dropped right on top of each other as opposed to just 1. So you want to ever so slightly space out your double dragon drop on a storage. And then the dragon will work this way. 2. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically dragons like this. If it's a hound in the CC, GG. That thing will never come out, and it's a non-factor. Baby dragon in there is fine. Wizards in fine. You'll win this battle. The queen line comes like this. Whoops. So this tells me that I know when I need to drop my rage. Just like old Go Wipe days back in the day, you want a rage, or old Kill Squad days, you want a rage to go in and heal to sustain with your dragons. So I am raging my dragons the queen encounter, and sometimes you have to do that through the CC, but the rage is going to go just like this, and that'll push all my dragons to quickly up to about this line. Relatively untouched because there is not a ton of point defense up here. I got just 1, 2 in the queen. So right when this they start to go about here, I start my Lalo. Got a hound. I think I send my hound from this direction. I maybe I'm wrong. I didn't know if there was Teslas here. So either or, there could be Teslas here or there could be Teslas here. And I wanted to get that information with my hound deployment. I believe I'm going to send it from this direction. I could be wrong. I think I sent it from the bottom. But anyway, that's going to tank these 2 bad boys. And then I'm going to send... I'm dedicated on the plan at least. 1, 2. This thing is going to be distracted on my dragons. 3, 4. And then 5, 6. This archer tower comes just like that. And that tells me that I know my loons will get there no matter what. I don't have to worry about taking point defense too soon. And then, of course, the haste is right here. And then they'll push this way behind the sweeper. And last part is the heal. So we're coming into a scary moment of 1, 2, 3 potential Tesla farm too. This is where my heal is going to be. And you basically want to just kind of eyeball that thing. You want to drop it where necessary. I find it's better if you pre-plan where you're going to drop it to sustain those loons. So to let's recap it real fast. Funnel your royal. Pre-pop Tesla corners if you need to. See what's there. Bring enough. Plan on a fresh hit. Bring 2 loons for that, or however corners you have to fish out. We're gonna funnel with the wizard. Baby royals are gonna take it this way. Before all of that, Zapquake's taking that. Dragons are taking this. And my Lalo is taking this. So, we'll back out of here, and let's see it in motion, and then we'll talk through one more example. Hang Okay, so we're back. Let's take a look at the next example. This is a cleanup. Treff Daddy's going to clean this up with the same strategy of what we talked for and what we're looking for. So I won't go through all the details other than tell you what each section's getting. BK, there is a Tesla farm right here. There's 4 of them. Sweeper, 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 sweeper. Really like how we did the hound on this. It's a good thing to talk through. BK creates the funnel for the queen. Okay. Queen comes down this way and gets 2 air defenses. So that's all the royals. We have a zap quake right here. Oh my gosh. Takes care of that. And then you have the last air defense for loons. He is not going to send the hound shallow, though. He's not sending it this way. And that's what I really like about this. He sends it way this way. And you're like, here's why. If there's black Sams here, and there's a few, I believe, and air skeletons and all that stuff that would be absorbed by your dragons, it's going to take it with it. Really smart move to send the hound straight across this way. And then, of course, loons, 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 haste where needed. Queen is over here. Rather than sending the dragons this way, we're going to send the dragons this way. And I'm going to give Treff Daddy a hard time. He needs to go watch Jake from One Hive Raids, How to Drag Loon at Town Hall 8, because his funnel was not there. Sorry. I love you, bro. This was a pretty sweet plan that did not go according to plan, and I thought he had to still pull down to 3. You'll see how exciting it gets. He's going to send his dragons this way. He decides to sustain his dragons. This is the change I would make. He decides to sustain his dragons coming through and then raging them towards the back end because the queen's here, which makes sense. You usually want to rage into the queen, right? You have 8 dragons, okay? It's the one change I would make with this is I wouldn't heal on the way through this. I mean, yes, I got 2-point defense coming at me, but I have 8 freaking dragons. Not to mention, I took all the traps. He took all the traps with him on the hound dragged clear across the base. So if this was a rage, all this goes down quickly. You have a ton of healthy dragons up to this point where the queen line is. This is where I put the heal so that they can finish off whatever's remaining right here. Because remember, the back end Lalo is getting all this. So that's the plan for this. He is going to, just to recap, royals are getting this side and the Tesla farm. BK and AQ. He has his drag the hound straight across the base after this one's being zap quaked to here to take any threats or unnecessary traps to the dragons with it. Loons are going this way. And it was a cleanup, so he didn't have to worry about the corners like we were talking about before being here. And it's a hut there, so he's fine. Everything's going to most likely end over there. And his dragons are going to come down this way. He's going to heal here, which I would recommend being a rage. And he's going to rage here, which I would recommend in this example to be a heal. So hopefully those talking points were helpful for you. Let's watch how this one doesn't go quite according to plan, but still pulls down to 3, which shows you just how overpowering this attack strategy was be. Oh, let me get the elephant out of the room. I would not recommend this with low royals. You are asking a lot of your royals to get. So if you don't have high royals, you might want to consider dropping a dragon and maybe a small healer walk of your BK. You know, I'm thinking to myself, dropping 1 dragon for a 14 troop space of a healer behind my BK only helps sustain them. But you gotta basically you gotta get your royals to get 1 air defense, or this doesn't really work. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you got to be better than a double, and I'll check you next time.